Hey, Cynthia, this is Scott Eustace. I just thought I'd share my screen really quick. You asked a lot of questions. Thanks for finding Entergy Labut or whatever, Labute, whatever the heck it is. They hid it from me. No, unfortunately, I wasn't able to find it because they list a pipeline as a lines file. So I had been searching the lines GIS layer when you searched the points file and found it. So good job. Let me show you um, some stuff. I'm about to reply yes. You know, we have this graphic for Entergy Labute from the coastal use permit application. It is in the coastal zone. It's a pipeline, so I had searched the GIS for lines. It's not up for public comment yet, but you can find things using the map. Once you know that number, that is your key to everything. Um, a SOV is a solicitation of views. It's the company doesn't know if they need a permit, um, and they're Entergy, so I promise you they know they need a permit. But you know, if they can get out of a permit, they will. And it's like, hey, this is in the coastal zone. It might be in areas that are already impacted, right? Because there's this idea in Louisiana that only coastal marshes are wetlands. It doesn't seem to have wetlands. So, could you say that a coastal use permit is not required? And and then Brad Hester came back and said, no, it is required. There's a couple of things. Wetlands, of course, tidally influenced wetlands influence it. Is the is the site above a 5 foot demarcation line that's particular to Louisiana's definition of the coastal zone? Um, but I see that this is not cross-referenced here. You found this link, right? And this link, 2018-0602, you can look at the application in the electronic files. Um, they don't know how many acres of wetlands they want because it's just a solicitation, but they've got a diagram which should look like the thing we've already seen from the Formosa coastal use permit. Um, or this isn't even that. This is like here's the beginning and the end, and we don't know how it's going to get there. Diagram. And that's why, because that diagram was so bad, that's why it was registered as a point file, and that's why I couldn't find it, even though it's obviously a line file in all of Formosa's other applications. So view comments. There wasn't. So we don't have their. We have their application. We don't have their correspondence, I guess. But this is the only work LDNR has done, and we could try to read this for the view of why it requires a coastal use permit. Brad Hester reviewed it June 2018. It's not a local concern. That's pretty obvious. It goes across a parish boundary. Does it get a general permit? No. Is it in the coastal zone? Yes. So, and field area is 4.1 plus 1. It's not exempt. It could be a minor permit, though. There's no impacts calculated, but basically there's going to have to be impacts calculated on the St. James side, because the parish boundary is the coastal zone boundary. Yeah. Let's see. I don't know if there's any other notes. Like, basically, Entergy was hoping that St. James, even though it's in the coastal zone, it would be high enough and out of the wetlands to avoid all wetlands. But as we know, there's a lot of tidally influenced wetlands that have been cleared and reestablished in this area, especially as it sinks. So there wasn't a pre-application meeting. Okay, usually there's a pre-application meeting, but this just seems like a hey, here's the endpoints. Does this require coastal use permit? And Brad said, yeah, yeah. And he probably said yes, especially because that map is so bad. They might come back with an application that is better at saying, well, this is just a teeny little wetlands impact, right, Brad? You can give this without a public notice. Um, but we haven't seen that yet. So good call on searching the the map for points or however you searched it. You know, this is what it looks like on the hotlink map. Um, so this is my excuse for not having found it because the solicitation of views was so bereft of information. They DNR encoded it as a points file. So in this map view, you can, here's all the rest of the points. There's a download arrow that says extract features, and you can extract it. We try to extract all the features at least once a year. Probably should start doing it every quarter. So I'll put it on my calendar to extract all these features in June because this is not a public noticing system. LDNR has the ability to change it at will. So, but the shape files aren't too big. So it's good to just download coastal polygons, lines, and points every year. I'm going to start doing it every quarter because of things like this tracking assignment. But if you download the points, of course, you'll get it. I often open things up in Google Earth. So this is the shape files from April 5th, like almost 2 months ago at this point. But it has all of this, and at some point, transmission line structure. I think that's the other transmission line. You can go through Google Earth and click on the points and see what they are. But it gives you this interface, which is a giant pain in the butt. Really, what you need is that number. So I'm looking for that 2018 number, SOV, point of end transmission line. This is us. So that point, I'm going to zoom in on so I can make sense. The other transmission line starts here, I think. Transmission line 22. That's the Winchester. So 2018 596, 2018 602. So there's actually two. So that's dangerous. Okay, we need to track two things. So I need to copy both of them. So I'm going to copy both of those points, and it's a pain in the butt to do points, and that's why I haven't been able to track this one. You asked for the UCAR pipeline. Man, it's a bunch. It's a bunch. It's 3 different solicitation views. The UCAR pipeline should be listed in the lines files, and I forget what I found it, but it's gonna be in one of these 2018s. Is that the Boardwalk Enterprise? Yeah. So if you download the lines file and then click around, you can find what they are. But I think I've found them all except for this LaButte thing. I think I found the shape file. So after I find the number and I know it's a point or a line, that it's as simple and it's as hard. Why are there 4 points here? 596. It's as simple and as hard as going into Google Earth, copy pasting, or opening this up in ArcGIS and doing a selection based on area or a selection based on the coastal permit use number. It looks like we've got a couple of them here. All right, so with that, I'm going to end this. I'm going to save that as a KML. I'm going to end this little video recording because I got to get to my next meeting. But I hope that helped. At least show you what I didn't do. All right, bye.